We are live.
Raven, the GS, Joe, 1/3 of the Cybermen. Sam, the legend behind the check.
We are live, guys. I'm Joe, 1/3 of the Cybermen.
And I'm Raven, the GS.
I'm Sam, Mr. Bitch Tech.
And this is the Vice movie review.
I like the energy.
Yo, this is a drama, comedy drama. This is a comedy drama.
Yeah, it's definitely a comedy drama.
This is a comedy drama. Directed by Adam McKay, the man who brought us The Big Short and other movies. Its cast includes Christian Bale, Amy Adams, Steve Carell, Sam Rockwell, Tyler Perry, Alison Field. The release date, I had to let you pepper the thing. The release date, December 11th, 2018, but it was released officially on Christmas Day in the United States of America. When did we get it? Still not out yet. Still not out yet. But we
disrespect.
But we went to a Cineworld Unlimited screening, so we've seen it. Now, let me get to the synopsis of this thing real quick. Governor George W. Bush of Texas picks Dick Cheney, the CEO of Halliburton Co, to be his Republican running mate in the 2000 presidential election. No stranger to politics, Cheney's impressive resume includes stints as the White House Chief of Staff, House Minority Whip, and Defense Secretary. When Bush wins by a narrow margin, Cheney begins to use his newfound power to help reshape the country and the world.
Based in real life stories.
Do I have to say that? In fact, you know, for those who don't know, this is based on a real life story
real life.
and events. Like, this is real. This is real. Sam, talk to me about this story.
So the story is that this guy,
Dick Cheney.
Yeah. Obviously, it seemed like throughout his whole life he was kind of like a bum, wasn't doing too well, underdog kind of stuff.
I'm gonna just, you said underdog, but we mean underachiever.
Underachiever.
Okay, there's a difference.
Yeah, there's a big difference. Underachiever, wasn't doing too well, and he got that push, that momentary push that he needed. And he went to this position, became the vice president under George Bush. Whoa, this guy did so many things on different levels. Like, you thought Bush was pulling the strings, yeah? No. This guy, no one knows about his name, no one knows about his tactics, doing everything behind the scenes, and just the way he was just doing stuff was just... Christian Bale, you know?
Can we stick to the story, yeah?
I'm trying, bro, but...
I'm gonna move on. You stay there.
Just trying to do everything in your life, you know?
Talk to me about the story.
Right, so, first things first, this story took me by surprise. I didn't know nothing about this movie. I just got told, yo, we got a limited screening, we're watching Vice. I'm like, yo, what's Vice? And then no one told me anything. But nevertheless, I absolutely love this story. Not only I love this story because the way he was delivered, is because while I'm watching this, I'm getting flashbacks of certain events, news events, like certain faces who I didn't really like care because the spotlight was on the president at the time. But watching this movie, and I'm clearly remember watching these faces like behind the president. You know what I'm saying? Like backstage and stuff like that. So, what can I say? This is brilliantly written. It's amazing. Like, and we just got it right at the beginning of the year. Couldn't be happier.
The story's lit. We're gonna move on to the acting. Cause like Sam summed it up. And you summed it up. Like, there's not, right, it's based on true events. Like, this is real life stuff, innit? Like, and the story is lit. It's like, it's ultra lit. I mean, it's ultra peak as well. I don't want anyone to feel like when I say the story's lit that I'm like condoning or supporting the events that took place. I'm not. Disclaimer, the Cybernerds are not promoting any of the events that go on in this movie. But the story is lit. Alright, cool. So we're moving on to acting. I'm gonna start with Raven. I didn't want to, but I'm gonna start with you. Go ahead.
There's just so many. I'm looking at the list right now.
Just pick one.
And I'm gonna pick Steve Carell. And the reason why I'm picking Steve Carell is for his background, from what I'm used to seeing from this guy. And I've always loved him, the way he portrays himself on the screens, like period, like always comedic stuff. But mixing comedy, mixing this identity that has been given for this movie, right? Being this person while still making us laugh, while still being like ruthless, and he's the reason why Dick Cheney's Dick Cheney. Like, fam, like the transitions is just beautiful. You know what I'm saying? And the fact that he goes, like, he paves the way, and he shows my guy the way, and then but then he's like in the back end is like, yo, like, but he's the reason why this guy is the way he is. I just love that. The layers to his character is just nuts. And not just like everything in this movie's got layers. You know what I'm saying? But I think he was like the catalyst that just made Dick Cheney who he is, innit? And I just love his delivery, man. It's too funny, man.
Just to add to you, Steve Carell's and Christian Bale's characters, Dick Cheney, I can't remember Steve Carell's actual
the character.
character in the name.
Yeah.
That is a real Sith Lord and apprentice relationship. From beginning to end. I'm leaving that there. Now, I'm going to dive in, yeah? I know who you're going to take, so I'm going to leave that to you.
Thank you.
Amy Adams goes hard in this movie, yeah? Like, I already love Amy Adams in everything she does, yeah? Get me. But in this, I feel like she brings some sick energy to the role she plays. Like, she plays Dick Cheney's wife. Do you know what I'm saying? She is Dick Cheney's engine. She is Dick Cheney's heart. She is Dick Cheney, fam. Like, she's her, but she's him too. Like, I've never seen, I've never seen this kind of dynamic before, but it's the way they express that she's the driving force in this brother's life is perfect. And she just delivers it like this, bro. There's scenes. There's one scene earlier in the movie. She lets man have it. She's just like, yo,
fam.
This is happening, or this is happening. Which one you want? I was done. I was done from there. And she just continues to pepper the thing all the way through the movie. She goes ultra hard, fam. Ultra hard.
Let me jump on this, because I love relationships. I love how the bond between like husband and wife. And you know what they always say, like you're your other half's half. You know what I'm saying? Like, that person's supposed to bring the best out of you. And this is what she does, bro. Then jumping on what you just said, bro. It's not just because she said, oh, we're having this or this. No. It's what she put out in the world that twined this man to like, yo, like, this is the value I have, and I'm a waste man. You know what I'm saying? And bro, mind games. Like, this is how you
this is how you pepper the thing. That's how
flip
you
someone, innit? Like, and that's real life. That's real life, innit? I love that relationship, fam. And the way they grow, the maturity like behind it. You know what I'm saying? It's pure, bro. It's pure. And I love their synergy.
And that's what's so crazy about Christian Bale's role. Like, not only do I believe that this guy, like, embodies Dick Cheney. Like, when I watched the movie, I was like, I don't see Christian Bale at all. Like, his movements, the way he speaks, the way he was going about it, and his transformation throughout the whole movie, I was like, this ain't Christian Bale. Like, man literally studied this guy, became this guy, and you could just see it throughout the whole movie. And then it's gone to Amy Adams and Christian Bale, where, like I'm saying, she said something, man propelled in it, like, from their relationship where it was molding, changing, and eventually, like, it felt like at one point she was the one that was on top saying, oh, you need to do this, that, I need you, this, that, and whatever. And eventually, like, he was the one that became, like, not obviously he was the mastermind, but he or them start looking to him for stuff. I was like, that change is crazy. And the same thing with Steve Carell, where obviously he was the understudy, helping him becoming what he is. And again, certain changes, and you're like, I really didn't see that coming. But the way it came, and that was a kick in the teeth for me. I was like, I want to say the scene, but it's a spoiler though.
That's fine.
I was like, that's where you are now, and this where this man is here.
Man.
That scene was so powerful for me. I was like, you guys did so much. And yeah, Christian Bale, you did an excellent job. I'm glad you won an award for that, because
speak. There's one thing you said that is so powerful. You said the embodied man, yeah, which is very true. Now there's this bruv, there's one thing that really, like, I really thought this man was Dick Cheney in real life, innit? Like, there's things about you portraying a character. There's elements on how you're gonna put yourself out in the world. And this man, he's breathing, fam. How can you do that? Like, just by breathing, like, fam, do you know what was so powerful about that? There's only one other person that I feel that they use their breathing as a powerful tool. Darth Vader. Anyone, like, I've never, apart from him, like, Christian Bale, like, does absolutely phenomenal job with this character, bro. He's actually unbelievable. You know what I mean? And this just brings the rawness to the situations they're in. Bro, man's calling shots, and you're like, what is going on? Like, and he makes everyone around him feel confused. That is powerful. Like, that is acting, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, no special effects, no music, no nothing, bro. That is you. Too much. Love it.
We're going to move on to production, innit? Now, I'm going to start with this. I think production was ultra lit. One thing that I really like about this movie is that it's from multiple perspectives. It's from the perspective of someone who has a relationship to Dick Cheney, but doesn't have a relationship with Dick Cheney. So there. But then it's also taken from the perspective of just like a regular movie where we're just watching what's happening. And then it's also jumps back into like this weird narrative of I'm telling you a story, but you know when you tell a story and like you throw in like fake endings and say, oh, but then this happened, but it didn't really happen. Do you know what I'm saying? It's got a very good quirkiness to it that I really enjoy throughout the movie. And like, I know that's all Adam McKay, like that's how he moves, like, and I really like that he took this movie could have been very, very dark and very, very serious, and it was, but it was also, the comedy part of it was like lighthearted, and it, like, do you know what I'm saying? It brought fun to something that is not fun, like that, like, because what they're doing, like running government, like deciding whether people live or die, fam, that stuff's not fun. Do you know what I'm saying? And he brings a funness to it that is just, it's crazy. Do you know, like, it's crazy for me to even be like happy about what he's bringing, like making jokes about in the movie, if you kind of get what I'm saying. Like, there's some dark scenes in the movie that you're like, ha, I shouldn't be laughing right now. Get me? So it's peak production, 10 out of 10 script, all of that, lit for me.
There's one thing about this movie which I love. I'm a metaphors person, bro. The metaphors in this movie, the layers to it, is just brilliant. It's amazing. You know what I mean? Like, there's a specific scene in the restaurant, and they're serving. They've got like the menu, and the way you're bringing up these menus to each person, and it's like you're serving on a plate. That is what happens in the real world. Like, it's options. Yo, what we're having today? Are we having this? Are we having this? Are we having Iran? Are we having? Are we moving to Taliban? Like, it's everything. Then another thing to it that they did is, you mentioned perspective, and there's one thing they do is so amazing. Where everybody's sitting around, right, sort of like congregating, but every person has their view. That is the whole world. That center is the whole world. So maybe someone in South America, Europe, Palestine, like, everyone is like commenting in as things are happening in the world. Now, due to the magnitude of the event, a real life event, what happened, that took me back to the day that we got the news of what was happening. And I remember exactly what we was doing. We was actually in the corridor chanting, we don't want no war. Like, but that was our perspective as young kids in secondary school. That is so deep. So the fact they bring all these metaphors in and changing everything, I was speechless. They actually pulled that off, man, brilliantly.
For me, it was more or less the cinematography of the way they shot each scene, the way, like, certain things would be shown, and there was more of a, how can I say it? There was more to the scene than just what it was showing. Like, there's one part he has, that's also a spoiler, I can't really say that, but they show something and they show you a lot more than what it actually means, and they did that like throughout the movie, almost every single time. You're like, why are they showing that? And later on, they'll kind of show you again why it was shown. You're like,
They'll tie things up for you
okay.
nicely.
And even the credits alone, like, do you guys watch the credits? Like, well, they were shown. Oh, I see credits like that before, but okay, I'll see you.
Perspectives.
Exactly.
Right, guys, and what we're gonna do is Sam. Keep going, man. What's your general thoughts?
General thoughts, even for like a politics kind of movie, they're not my kind of thing, but I really enjoyed this. Like Christian Bale still doing his thing, the whole cast really, really good. And yeah, man, Adam McKay, do your thing. I like it. I recommend it too.
What are you saying, Geek Sensei?
This is real life. It doesn't get deeper than this on every level. It's making my collection, baby. It's making my collection, and I'm so happy I got it right at the beginning of the year, because that means, you know, not even the third of the year, man, don't have already, right? Blu-ray, Martin.
Do you know what? Yeah, this is the Wolf of Wall Street of like the White House. This movie, I just love this movie, innit? The official TCN rating for Vice is 4.5. This movie is a banger, mate. It bangs. It bangs. Go and watch it. If you're into politics, if you're not, go watch it. Bruv, there's a scene with Galactus in this movie.
What?
No joke. I do not lie. Galactus is in the movie. Think about it. Think about it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you're gonna get the mad comments. Galactus is not here. What are you talking about? It's not.
Galactus is in the movie. Guys, jump in the comment section down below and let us know, what do you think of Vice? Do you like it? Do you not like it? Have you seen it? Have you not seen it? Was you not going to see it, but now you're going to go see it? We definitely recommend it. I'm Joe, one third of the Cyber Nerds.
And I'm Revenue GS.
Time is a bit
And we'll see you on the next movie review.
Peace.
Hey guys, it's me, Joe, one third of the Cyber Nerds. Appreciate you watching the last video. Check another one out here, or just go ahead and sign up to Patreon right now. Just do that thing. Anyway, catch you on the next video. Peace.